Welcome to today's episode where we dive into the world of IELTS. To start off, Dr. Smith, can you explain the basic structure of the IELTS exam?
Certainly. The IELTS exam is divided into 4 main sections: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Each part is designed to assess different language skills in real-world scenarios.
That's a broad framework. Could you give us a factual breakdown of the listening section, for instance?
Sure. The listening section comprises 4 recordings, each with a unique setting. Candidates answer 40 questions, testing their ability to understand spoken English.
Interesting. I once heard a student say they found the variety of accents challenging. What's your take on that?
That's a valid point. The test includes diverse accents such as British, Australian, and North American, reflecting the global use of English. Embracing this diversity can enhance comprehension skills.
Given these challenges, how can students better prepare for the listening section?
Practicing with varied audio materials is key. Websites like BBC Radio or podcasts offer authentic content. This not only aids understanding but also acclimatizes students to different dialects.
Looking ahead, do you see any changes to the listening section that could affect preparation strategies?
With advancements in AI, future tests might incorporate interactive elements, challenging students to adapt to evolving formats. Staying updated is crucial.
Now that we've covered listening, let's move to reading. Dr. Smith, what makes the reading section unique?
The reading section involves 3 long passages, each followed by a series of questions. It assesses skills like skimming, scanning, and detailed reading.
A student once mentioned the time constraint was their biggest hurdle. What's your advice for managing time effectively here?
Time management is crucial. Practicing under timed conditions helps. I recommend allocating an average of 20 minutes per passage, enabling a balanced approach.
Great advice. But what about the types of questions? How varied are they?
Questions range from multiple choice to true divided by false divided by not given. Each type requires different strategies. For instance, matching headings demands understanding the gist of paragraphs.
Speaking of strategies, can you share an anecdote about a student who improved their reading score dramatically?
Absolutely. One student, initially overwhelmed by the content, began summarizing paragraphs in a few words. This enhanced their focus and clarity, boosting their score significantly.
Looking ahead, how might digital tools alter the way students prepare for the reading section?
Digital platforms like IELTS Progress Check offer practice tests that simulate actual conditions, providing insight into strengths and areas for improvement.
Let's turn our attention to the writing section. Dr. Smith, how is this part structured?
The writing section consists of 2 tasks. Task 1 requires describing visual information, while Task 2 involves essay writing, both assessing clarity and coherence.
I recall a student struggling with Task 1. They found it difficult to interpret graphs. What tips would you offer?
Interpreting data is crucial. I suggest focusing on trends and comparisons rather than minor details. Practicing with various chart types can build familiarity and confidence.
And what about task 2? Crafting essays can be quite daunting for many.
Indeed, developing a clear argument structure is essential. Introductions should set the tone, while body paragraphs expand on key points with examples and evidence.
I've heard of students using templates for essays. Does this technique have any downsides?
Templates can be helpful, but over-reliance may stifle creativity and originality. It's crucial to adapt to the specific topic and express unique perspectives.
As we look to the future, how might AI tools support writing preparation?
AI-driven feedback platforms offer personalized insights, highlighting areas for improvement and fostering more effective writing skills over time.
Now on to the speaking section, Dr. Smith. Can you describe its format for our listeners?
The speaking section is a face-to-face interview divided into 3 parts: an introduction, a long turn, and a discussion, each assessing fluency and coherence.
I've heard students often feel nervous during the interview. How can they build confidence?
Practice is vital. Engaging in regular conversations with native speakers or joining speaking clubs can enhance fluency and reduce anxiety.
What's a common mistake candidates make during the speaking test?
Rushing responses is a frequent issue. It's important to take a moment to gather thoughts, ensuring responses are structured and relevant to the questions asked.
Do you have a particular success story from a student who excelled in this section?
Certainly, a student utilized storytelling techniques, adding personal anecdotes to their responses. This approach not only showcased their fluency, but also made the conversation engaging.
Looking forward, how do you see technology impacting the speaking exam preparation?
Virtual reality platforms might soon offer immersive environments for practice, simulating real-life interactions and enhancing speaking proficiency.
We've covered each section individually, but how should students balance study and practice for overall success?
A balanced approach is key. Students should allocate time to each section, ensuring both theoretical understanding and practical application are prioritized.
I've noticed some students focus heavily on their weaker areas. Is this effective?
While addressing weaknesses is important, students shouldn't neglect their strengths. Maintaining proficiency across all skills ensures a well-rounded performance.
Could you share an anecdote about a student who achieved a high score through balanced preparation?
Certainly, a student balanced their schedule, dedicating specific days to different sections and integrating regular breaks. This methodical approach led to their success.
What are some potential pitfalls of an unbalanced study routine?
Focusing excessively on one section can lead to burnout and neglect of others. It's crucial to maintain engagement and motivation by varying study activities.
As we consider future study techniques, how might technology play a role in achieving this balance?
Adaptive learning platforms could tailor study plans to individual needs, optimizing time allocation and enhancing overall efficiency.
Finally, let's talk about resources. Dr. Smith, What are some essential resources students should leverage for IELTS preparation?
Official IELTS preparation books and online platforms like the British Council's resources provide valuable practice materials and insights.
Some students rely heavily on free online materials. What's your perspective on this approach?
Free resources can be beneficial, but it's important to ensure they're reputable. Official materials offer authenticity, reflecting the test's true nature.
Do you have any examples of how students have successfully used support systems?
Absolutely. Study groups foster collaboration and peer feedback, enhancing understanding. One group I know met weekly, sharing insights and motivating each other.
In contrast, what are the risks of relying solely on individual study?
Isolation can limit exposure to diverse perspectives. Engaging with others broadens understanding and encourages dynamic learning.
How do you envision the role of community support evolving in IELTS preparation?
Online forums and virtual study groups may become more prevalent, offering global connectivity and support, enriching the preparation experience.
All right, that's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.